Welcome to Spa Life TV, and in this video we're going to do something totally different because we're going to talk about gut health. But I've been in this industry for so long that sometimes I forget what the basic questions are and the advanced questions and the middle questions. So I have some questions that are going to be thrown at me and we're just going to answer we're going to exhaust all the questions on gut health, because gut health is the foundation. Whether you're trying to get fit in the gym, or you're trying to lose weight or have more energy or fix your autoimmune disorder or anything like that, whatever you're trying to do, honestly, focus on healing your gut. So we're going to exhaust that, and it's going to just fit so well with Spa Life TV, because what are we doing here at Spa Life TV? Making sure that you're actually getting healing in your body. And to do that, you got to have fun. You got to relax. You got to get into your parasympathetic nervous system, and that's the whole point of Spa Life TV, that you understand what healing is all about. So I have someone here who's going to help me with questions, and so let's get started.
My first question for today is, why have I started hearing about gut health all of a sudden? Like all of a sudden in the past 3 to 5 years I hear about it, read about it more, see books about it, but I haven't before.
That's a great question, and I think that's an amazing question. It's an amazing question that you even noticed. Oftentimes there's going to be trends in health and things become popular. Nobody really asks, why didn't I notice this before? It's very exciting, and you want to know why? Because our food has changed. The food that you're eating today isn't like the food that our parents grew up with, our grandparents grew up with. What's changing? The gluten in the bread has changed, so it is literally irritating the gut lining. It's literally causing a wound inside of your gut. Number one. Number two, antibiotics became very popular over the years, and it's destroyed the gut microbiome, which is the good bacteria in your gut. And without the good bacteria, we can't digest food properly. The food that we are eating, the healthy food that we're eating, is not getting broken down and being absorbed into our cells because we don't have the microbiome there. And the stress level, oh, don't get me started on the stress level, right? So the stress level has just skyrocketed. So that has affected people's gut. So I can honestly say that people's gut problems, it's actually not their fault. Very oftentimes they think that, oh, it's because I ate terrible, or I ate too much, or what did I do? It's not necessarily their fault, because if the microbiome is messed up because you had antibiotics as a child or you had antibiotics as a teenager, it's really hard to eat healthy all of a sudden as an adult and get the benefits. You've got to heal the gut first. And so that's why we haven't seen it in the past, because antibiotics weren't popular. The food was healthier. People didn't eat out at fast food as often. And we haven't even started talking about the EMFs. So, and people aren't sleeping as well. We've got more blue light. So there's a whole lot of factors that are affecting the gut. And most people don't understand that the gut is the operating system of the body. That's why you haven't seen it before, and that's where we're at.
What's the most affordable way to start healing my gut?
The question was, what is the most affordable way to start healing my gut? You know what's so funny? Eating healthy really isn't as expensive as people think. Sure, you go to Sprouts or Whole Foods and you get a grass-fed steak, but it's so nourishing to the body that you don't have to eat the donuts, the cookies, the chips. You don't have to go to fast food. I mean, how much is it for a burger nowadays at, let's say, I don't know, Carl's Jr. or a Burger King? A burger, fries, and a soda. If you do that, how many times a week? Compared to one grass-fed steak, if you budget it out correctly, you're going to actually find out that it's going to be less by eating healthy, because you're no longer, the reason people eat so much and the reason we're grabbing the junk food that's costing more is because we're so malnourished at the cells. We're not getting the nutrients in, that we're hungry. Like, we're really nutrient deficient. We're really malnourished. And so that's why we're actually grabbing for chips and donuts and things that cost so much. So we're eating more of the stuff that is supposedly cheaper and less of the healthy stuff. But if you eat the healthy stuff, which is less in quantity, you're not going to be malnourished. And so therefore you don't have to eat all the crap. If in one hand I'm saying that the reason we're eating more is because we're malnourished, our cells are literally not getting the nutrition, So what are some healthy options that can make you feel fuller so that you're not like eating everything? You want to know what that is? More protein. You just need more protein. You need more fat, more protein. And the good fat, not the crappy fat like in French fries, but the good fat like grass-fed butter and coconut oils, avocados. Those will make you feel content and full and more nourished. Honestly, if you had a steak, a grass-fed steak, like a protein shake in the morning and then a grass-fed steak with sauteed vegetables, you would feel so sustained the rest of the day.
My next question is, what foods can I immediately avoid?
What foods can you immediately avoid? Ooh, okay, here's probably where all the comments are gonna come. Okay, here we go. You ready? Gluten, oats, rye, barley, those are the ones that are first like jacking up the gut lining. Of course, sugar. You want to limit your sugar and decrease your sugar if you can. Those are the first things that I would consider because that is going to start lowering inflammation and it's going to stop irritating your gut. If you have a really wounded, leaky gut, then for a period of time, I would even recommend that you stop doing raw vegetables and go more cooked and soups while your stomach is trying to heal. And then once your gut lining is healed, then you can start incorporating your raw vegetables again.
What diet do you think is the best for healing the gut?
What diet would I consider best for healing your gut? You know, some would say, oh, the ketogenic diet. Maybe, maybe not. What about paleo? Yeah, that could be good. You know what the diet that is best for healing the gut? The one that gets rid of inflammatory foods, like the ones, the gluten, the barley, the oats, the rye, the ones that remove inflammatory foods, the ones that provide nourishment, things that are more gelatinous like aloe vera, sea moss, bone broth, those kind of things that heal the gut lining. And then it depends on what people are feeling. Some people are allergic to dairy. Some people are allergic to certain foods because they have a leaky gut. Once they heal the gut, they're no longer allergic to those foods. That's what's so cool about it.
What is a leaky gut?
Now that's a great question. What is a leaky gut? I love that question because number one, nobody even knows what a gut really is. Is it from the mouth all the way? Is it the tube or is it just the stomach? I used to think it was just the stomach, but the gut is so much more. It's everything that encompasses when food enters your mouth and it has to go through and process and get to the cells. So it's like your stomach, your intestines and everything. But what is a leaky gut? So in the intestines, so food has to go into the stomach where it's broken down. Digestive enzymes, it's very acid in the stomach. Digestive enzymes in the stomach break down the food, then it goes into the intestines. The function of the intestines is to allow the food that was broken down in the stomach to get through to go into your cells, into the bloodstream. But the lining of the intestines is called tight junctions. It's like tight. When you have a leaky gut, these tight junctions are loose. It's kind of like holes. So maybe your stomach didn't digest the food properly. Now, all of a sudden, these larger protein molecules or just larger things can seep through and get into your bloodstream. And then your body doesn't recognize it because it hasn't been digested yet. Your body doesn't recognize it, causes all kinds of problems. So a leaky gut is when the gut lining isn't tight. The junctions are not tight and there's holes.
And where is the gut located?
Where's the gut located? Again, it's such a crazy thing because I used to think that the gut was just in your stomach. Totally wrong. The gut is basically when you put food in your mouth. Some people even say, well, maybe it's from the mouth to the stomach, or maybe it's from the mouth to the intestines. There's not real clarity on what the gut actually is. So let's consider it's basically when you put food in your mouth, goes through your stomach, and it involves everything in the intestines and the large intestines. So it's that whole area. It's the whole process of digesting food is the gut.
What's the best way to make a change in my family's life so that we can all heal our guts as a whole?
Okay, now you're talking about family, how to influence your family. I love that question because everything that I ever done was inspired by helping my kids, helping my husband, helping the people that I love get healthy. It's always been about that. So how can I inspire my family to get healthy? You know, it's funny. My husband and I were just talking recently and we were laughing at how some parents say, well, my kid, he only eats chicken McNuggets. And so we scratch our head and go, well, who buys the chicken McNuggets? So the first thing you can do is get rid of all the junk out of the house. And yeah, they're not gonna like it. If they're little enough, you're good. If they're older, still get rid of all the junk in the house. And then make eating healthy really fun. If you make a really good grass-fed steak or saute vegetables with really great spices or even some dips and sauces, they're gonna love it. Healthy food tastes so good.
My final question is, what would you tell someone that wants to effectively heal their gut?
That's a good question. And I wish I had just a really simple answer like, take this supplement, ABC, you're done, go on your merry way. But you want to think about how long it took you to get in this position. So it's going to take some time to heal the gut. So it's going to take some time to change some of the habits. So I definitely can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do these things. Sure, that's easy. But most importantly, and this is the part that people miss, most importantly, you have to make your gut healing your priority. In other words, when you are going to stop eating gluten or you're going to cancel these inflammatory foods, you don't want to stress about it. You want to love the process. So yes, you want to remove inflammatory foods. You can Google that. I can tell you right now, I can rattle them off, but you can Google it. And remove inflammatory foods. And then you want to heal the gut lining with gelatinous type of things like sea moss, bone broth, those kind of foods, aloe veras. You want to collagen, those kind of things. You want to eat things that are going to seal the gut lining. And then you want to hypernourish your cells. Give yourself raw materials so that you can't, it's just like any other wound. You need to give yourself raw materials to help seal it up, right? So vitamins, minerals, you need 60 minerals, you need 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids. That's what you actually need on a daily basis just to be able to get healthy. And then you want to replenish the microbiome. So eating fermented foods, taking a good probiotic supplement, and then finally, you want to limit inflammatory exposure from toxins, EMFs, that kind of thing. Notice I put it at the end because you don't want to start there. You don't want to start with, okay, I'm going to stop eating toxins. You want to start healing your gut first, and then you want to start thinking about EMFs, toxins, environment, the air, the water, that kind of stuff.
And do you offer coaching?
I do offer coaching. That, my friend, is a great question. As a matter of fact, I do offer coaching, and I have a free mini course. It's very important that people get the foundational understanding of what healing is all about. So I created a free mini course that you watch it, and if it's something that you decide, hey, I want to work with, if you decide to work with me, you will know how I work by that mini course. And either way, you're going to learn something so powerful and you're going to really appreciate it. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who really needs to hear this information.